Deep in the Pennsylvania woods, hidden amongst towering oaks and gnarled pines, lay a forgotten well. Its stones were crumbling, devoured by moss and time. Locals whispered tales of the well, their voices hushed, faces grim. It was a place of dread, avoided at all costs, especially after dark. They said the well was cursed. Some claimed a witch had met her demise within its depths, her tormented cries echoing through the woods. Others spoke of strange lights and chilling whispers emanating from its depths. No one dared to investigate. The well remained undisturbed, shrouded in shadow and fear. It waited, a silent sentinel, for the day someone foolish enough would dare to disturb its slumber. Jacob, a restless teenager with a thirst for adventure, scoffed at the local legends. He didn't believe in ghosts or curses. To him, the well was just another spooky story, a challenge waiting to be conquered. One chilly Friday night, a group of Jacob's friends huddled around a crackling bonfire, their faces illuminated by the flickering flames. They traded ghost stories, their voices growing louder with each retelling. The conversation inevitably veered towards the abandoned well. "I bet you wouldn't last 5 minutes down there," sneered Mark, Jacob's longtime rival. His eyes glinted in the firelight, daring Jacob to accept. Jacob's heart pounded in his chest. He couldn't back down, not in front of everyone. With a shrug and a forced laugh, he agreed to the dare. He would spend the night in the well. As darkness descended, swallowing the last rays of sunlight, Jacob stood at the edge of the woods. He felt a shiver crawl down his spine as he ventured deeper into the woods, the trees seeming to close in around him. The air grew heavy, thick with an unnatural silence broken only by the rustle of leaves beneath his feet. The closer he got to the well, the colder it seemed to get. A low fog began to creep through the trees, swirling around his feet like ghostly fingers. He could have sworn he heard whispers carried on the wind, voices chanting his name. Jacob's hand trembled as he reached out to touch the cold, damp stone of the well. He peered into its depths but saw nothing but an impenetrable blackness. A wave of dizziness washed over him and he stumbled back, fear gripping his heart. Taking a deep breath, Jacob forced himself to move. He grabbed the rusted bucket, lowered himself over the edge, and began his descent into the darkness. The air grew colder, damper, and a pungent, earthy smell filled his nostrils. The darkness was absolute, pressing against him like a physical weight. He felt the rough stone walls closing in, suffocating him. Jacob's hand scraped against something cold and slimy. He recoiled instantly, his heart pounding in his chest. As his eyes adjusted to the dimness, he made out strange symbols etched into the well walls. They seemed to writhe and pulsate in the darkness, their meaning unknown but deeply unsettling. The low growl echoed from the bottom of the well, sending chills racing down Jacob's spine. He froze, his blood turning to ice. Two glowing eyes pierced the darkness below, their malevolent gaze fixed on him. A cold, raspy voice hissed his name. Jacob wanted to scream, to climb back up to the surface, but his limbs refused to obey. He was trapped.